Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom. Now before I begin, if I sound a little stuffy, I am from all the wind. Things are in bloom, but I feel good. So anyway, get that out the way. So just in case you're wondering. And also welcome to everyone in the chat. Hello to Sharon. Welcome so much. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Hello, Dolores. Thank you and welcome. Thank you to everybody on the replay. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, consider subscribing because we're on the road to 2,000. Now, I know that's maybe like a little bit in a big bucket, but it's a lot to us, right? So share, subscribe, tell a friend, help us reach that goal so we can continue to bring you more content. And there's other things that's on the horizon as well. So thank you for joining. Today, we're going to talk about Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 14, The Rope, The Feather, and The Bidet. I personally thought that was a kind of weird name to the title, right? Yes, there was ropes. Yes, there was a bidet. Yes, there was feathers. But did it really mean anything for anybody on this episode? We'll get into it, all right? So, hi, Tamika. How are you today? Hello, Frappes and Tea. Again, to everyone on the replay, I hope everyone is doing well this evening and you're not suffering with a little bit of allergies like myself, even though, like I said, I do sound much better than I did yesterday. So, anyways, thank you so much. Frappes and Tea, what's the beep, 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 beep for? Are we talking about maybe my news I put on our community tab or Instagram or, something like that? If so, thank you so much. So, all right, well, I will wait another minute or two for other people to join. And also before I drop the link, and we'll get started. Are you celebrating Easter? Yes, we celebrate Easter every year. Yes, it's still okay. If y'all heard me the other day, it's or whether it be my last review or whatever, it's birthday month around here. One more birthday left, and that's my mom. She's on the 10th, so we're gonna do Easter and her birthday the same day. So then after that, we'll be okay for a little while. So yes, 2000 coming up soon. Yes. And yes, I saw your post earlier. Thank you to everyone who congratulated me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at our community tab or take a look at our IG as well. It's on there. So thank you so much. Now, did you all watch the show last night, waiting for the review? Did you watch the after party? And you know what? I think it's interesting how the same people tend to come on the after party and not necessarily the people, sorry, I have a piece here in my eye, not the same people or some of the people who you want to be on the after party to give some answers that you want answers from. Like Kirsten, I feel like she's not really giving on the after party. I think she's giving us what we already know. Like you don't seem like you're into your husband kind of thing, right? So, what's really going on? And yes, happy birthday to my mom. Thank you so much. Well, I'm glad that you all watched the show. And like I said, it was, I don't know, are we ready for the season to be over? I know we say it all the time, but it seems like they're dragging this hour and 30 minutes out to things that, I don't know, we're not really learning anything different. Or is it just me? And then bringing these experts like week 2 left to go. And then next week, we're going to see the other experts who we've been waiting to see this entire season. Like, what advice can you give now? Right? I mean, the couples, all but one couple. Well, I think Nicole and Chris struggle in their own personal gains, not necessarily as a couple just yet, but all the other couples are struggling and or not connecting or connected, right? So where have they been to even talk to these couples way in the beginning? So to me, like putting them at the end of the show is like, why even mention they're going to be on for the season? Just surprise us if they come on. But that's just me. So Tamika, you say, yes, I watched the show, not the after party. Okay. Sharon, you say I watched both shows. Kirsten, still fake. Exactly. I think so too. Frappes and tea said Kirsten, aka Portia Williams. That's the way to look at it. And Dolores, you say ready for the season to be over. Yes, me too. So before I drop the link, just the episode, overview of the episode. Hey Kayla, how are you? The overview of the episode is centered around Dr. Pia visiting the couples to tap into what's working, what's not. I mean, did they really have to get Dr. Pia on the show like all these weeks late? They could have looked in the chat and went from there, right? So, but anyways, so Dr. Pia is a sex therapist and a relationship expert. I just thought she was taking over Dr. Viviana, just, the sex expert part, but she clearly has dual degrees or an enhancement of a degree. So that's cool. And so she's asking the couples questions of why are you being intimate, or is there intimacy? Why or why not? I mean, as us, the viewer watching, it's hard to watch. We're like, well, because where do we start? Right? Really from the honeymoon, 0 connections, even though a couple or two may have consummated their marriage, or did they consummate it because they're married and testing the waters? Or have they really consummated because they are feeling something for their spouse or a significant other as the season has gone along? So I don't know. But then there's quick scenes. We have Clint is yet again bonding with Gina's dog, right? Isn't it like every week he's bonding with her dog while Gina is like conveniently doing something else, whether it be her work or whatever the case may be, right? And then Jasmine is giving us car chronicles. She's talking about how her guard is up, but yet she's hopeful through the process. Jasmine, your body language isn't saying hopeful. In the car chronicles, your body language on the after party is not saying hopeful. Your body language during any couple event and or meeting with the expert or so-called experts isn't giving hopeful, but I get it. You're doing it. You're lasting for the show because you're starting what you're finishing. I get it. And then Nicole is educating Chris on the benefits of a bidet. I mean, that's all that they have to give. Nicole and Chris, like, oh, I was talking with my mom and, about a bidet. Really? That just goes to show, like, there's really not a lot of things that's going on that these producers can pull from to give us content. Because Nicole and Chris gave us conversation in the beginning of the honeymoon, because they went into like deep conversations like real early. But now as the show has progressed, it's like Nicole is seeing that, I do have issues. Girl, let me just speak for me. I saw issues from the beginning, from the honeymoon with all the chit chat. It's never, with these couples, again, it's okay to have communicate because you're supposed to, right? But Nicole came off as an over communicator from the very beginning, which showed that the PTSD is what I'm calling it from her teenage years, her youth, or whenever she got into these relationships has carried over to her adult life, which she's just now saying, now that I'm talking about it out loud, I'm just now realizing it. Okay. All right, Nicole. Anyways, let's move on. So Tamika, you say always with Hank. Yes, he is always bonding with Hank. So Sharon, you say Dr. Pia, too late. MAFS has to do better. I agree. Frappes and Tea says the experts can only afford to let Dr. Pia and Devon for 1 episode per season. Allegedly. Oh my gosh, that's something that Millennial would say if she was sitting here. Allegedly, that's her word for sure. And Tamika say more issues in Vogue magazine. That too. But let me jump back up. Who asked me what was on the menu for Easter? I don't know yet. I'll probably cater that for my mom because it's Easter/birthday. So it's going to be a little bit of birthday food, you know what I'm saying, and the little traditional Easter. So it's going to be just enough, but not too much, because Easter, how it could be with all the food and stuff. And, having a lot of extra food for a double celebration can be a little too much sometimes. So, all right. Now, let me drop the link for anybody who wants to join. And we get to talking about these couples. And the first up with these couples is going to be, I have on my list, Gina and Clint. So we're going to start with them first. So whoever wants to join, that's fine. So I'll just wait a minute, or else we can all talk in the chat and go from there. So Gina and Clint, I mean, Dr. Pia, I know that, to be on the show and coming in really late, I know that maybe she had to have heard or got notes from maybe Pastor Cal, Dr. Pepper, maybe even some producers to say what is going on with these couples and, try to give her some insight, because she kind of seemed like she knew a little bit of what was going on with these couples without trying to give off that she knew a little bit. I'm thinking, girl, just come out and say what it is that you know and don't beat around the bush. I know she's trying to have them say it on their own, but they know why you're here. You're here to possibly assist. So just say what the issues are. That's what I want to know. Why drag this out? Frappes, Clint has swag. Did you see my picture? Do they have swag or not? So I put Clint up there because that was Gina's words specifically. And then I put Kirsten and Shaquille because swag falls under that umbrella with Shaquille with Kirsten, because she gave that for a good 5 minutes. And that swag was like, he's not manly, he's not tough enough. So all that, he dresses nice, so maybe that's not good enough for Kirsten. I don't know. But that is just what took me out personally. So it really, truly did. But she is a work of art. And you know what? I meant to see, every time I be meaning to get stuff and don't get in advance, I meant to bring a brush and a feather to help everybody out around here, right? But anyways. So let me read your comment. Frappes and Tees, you said, Clint would look cute with a bun and trim beard. Okay. Clint is not that bad of looking man, but one of y'all said on here that Gina's probably reminded of Hank with the coloring of the hair and the long shaggy hair. So who's attracted to their dog? I'm just asking for a friend. But anyway, backstage, are we ready to go? I'm going to bring you up now. Here we go. We have 2 people. Anybody else can join. We have Devontae. Hello, sir.
How y'all doing?
And we have Tamika.
Hey, I had to fix my hair. I was laying down.
Okay.
So
I appreciate everybody. Oh, Devontae, come back when you can. I appreciate everybody who joins on the East Coast. I know it's a little later in the evening for you all than it is out West, so I understand. So let me read one more comment, though. It says, Clint just goes with the flow. Gina acts like she's never had a man before. You're afraid to talk about intimacy. I don't think she's afraid to talk about intimacy. I just think she just don't want to talk about it around Clint.
with him. Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. So hellos to you from the chat, Devontae and Tamika.
Hey,
How y'all doing?
So tonight, we're going to talk about Gina and Clint first, because that's who I have typed out first. And you know what? By request, I got more than 2 red flags. Woo! Okay.
No, seriously.
Okay. Don't look at the name. It's from Lowe's, but whatever. Listen, Gina just pretty much put out there I don't know what you here for. I don't know why you want us to try. This mess not going to work. And it is what it is. Did they need an expert to tell us that with Gina? And how is Clint still sitting there with confidence, yeah, maybe one day we'll get to that point. That point, nah. No point. Where is
There's
the point?
Yeah, you're not going to get there.
You're not getting there. Yeah. What is y'all take on Gina? Well, Clint hanging out with the dog, and Dr. asking them if they have any type of intimate relationship, and the fact that they have intimate interests outside of each other. What's that about? What y'all think?
Clearly, they're doing each other. They're doing themselves and not each other.
Right. Spending time in the bathroom alone in the shower.
Yes. And all Gina talks about is her salon. I'm actually going to Tennessee at the end of the month, and I'm going to Nashville, so I'm going to try to find her salon.
Yes, look it up and post a picture.
I am going. I'm going to find her salon.
That is your homework.
Yeah. I'm going to take a picture in front of it. But him and that dog, it seemed like he bonded with the dog more than Gina. And I think it was Frat Pays and Tea. I think he would look good with a man bun and that beard a little bit tapered a little bit, just down a little bit. I think he'll look a little, he
Okay.
look all right.
What about you, Devontae? What you think?
I think they just need to go ahead and call it quits at this point.
Yeah.
I think like when they had the little exercise.
I think too.
I got to put the dog up. You trying to get close with your wife and the dog all in your face like this? Like, no. When I'm trying to, and like they were just terrible with it. First of all, y'all trying to establish some type of touch. Y'all ain't touching none. Y'all.
Wait a minute. Wait. I got a piece of tissue right here for my allergies. Hold on. Here we go. Brand new, fresh piece. Ooh. Might as well, right? That's how they act.
Y'all putting a brush on each other's back. Like, what is going on? What kind of weird?
She wanted to brush his hair.
No, that hurts.
I'm like, Clint, why you ain't rushed? You should have started with the little arm. You go in the middle a little bit, hit that neck. She'd have been like, ooh.
No, seriously.
You know what? They would have been better off. I'm sure everybody's done it. When your back itches and you can't reach it, so everybody's made the mistake of going against the wall. You know how much that hurts? They might as well be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying, against the wall. Because they not getting nothing from each other, Right. And then when she said, he don't have no swag, making an R&B playlist is not even going to work for me. I'm thinking, she's not trying to have a taste of sugar of nothing, right? She's not trying. So
I think they just friends on each other. And Clint play too much. Like she can't. You got to get out there. You trying to, let's say, bag her again. Like after that little thicker, after the little thicker comment on the honeymoon. I feel like y'all got to start from like square zero at this point. I feel like y'all need to start a fresh slate. Like y'all can keep on sleeping in a different bedroom, but I feel like they not talking about nothing. They hanging as friends. It's not like it's nothing. It's not getting too deep. They talking about surface level. Oh, what you like to do for fun? That's the conversation they have. What you like to do for fun? What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
It's not getting real deep.
Color. Wrong couple. Wrong couple. What's your favorite color? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like, I don't know. I just think I don't even know why they on this show. As soon as they said, it's no sexual nothing between us. Is this friends at first sight?
Right. Exactly.
Adopt a Hank at first sight? What is going on?
Adopt a Hank. They're definitely roommates for sure. But Sharon says maybe this is how Dom gets in the picture and Max sliding in DMs. Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Let me read some more comments for we have another guest that wants to come on. Frappes and T says, Alexa, don't play Turn Off the Lights for Gina.
Keep them boys on. Keep them on.
Was a clapper? Don't be doing that.
Yeah.
Dolores says, I think Shaq wants to show everyone on his job he has a trophy wife. Well, that's a different story. Are you ready backstage? Okay. Here we go. We have Kayla joining. Hey, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
Hi. How are you?
Good. We're still on Gina and Clint. What you think about that situation? No R&B playlist. No.
She was so childish. I felt like she was so childish. But she was like, "Oh, we're going to talk about sex with someone that ew." And I thought, well, how old are you?
Right.
Like, I couldn't even understand it.
Right.
Right.
So, it's just, she's not, right. I agree with Devontae and everything y'all say. After that honeymoon, we all knew she checked out. She wasn't willing to try, no matter
no matter what.
in front of the group, to her personally. None of that. I mean, even when they were supposed to move in, she didn't want to do that from the honeymoon. So she just been checked out. And then, you know, she was behind his back talking smack when the people who work for her was like, oh, so you're the one with the drama. So how can you trust somebody like that with what you have to say and your communication issues when she's already talking smack about you to her friends and coworkers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's already a wrap. So she just confirmed it. She finally, even though we already knew, she just confirmed it with what she was saying on last night's episode. So,
right. Like, why you didn't say your favorite sexual position? Just say anything.
No, she can't. That's not heiress. Don't say.
I mean, you could have just said something bland, like I like being on top, and just left it at that. Like, you didn't have to get into specifics.
No, because when Clint was like, damn, Gina, you know, from Martin, when she's talking about, oh, maybe we got to get a sex swing.
She like, I already got one.
Yeah, all dry.
Okay, how you know I ain't got one? Okay, yeah, you right.
Yeah. No, so she's like, so Larisha, hello. You say Clint and Gina in the friend zone, and hello to you, Romel, if you're still in here. I did say it to you personally. So, but that, I mean, I think that was, I mean, I know they got to visit everybody, but that was just a waste of a visit in my opinion, with Dr. Pia. So I'll drop the link again, Kayla, if you accidentally got logged off. So, all right. So we said no to the brush, no to the feather. They should have had, I mean, you talk about how Hank was in there just watching them do the little brush and everything else activity.
Weird.
And you know how the dogs, they be like.
Right, with the head turned.
Anytime it's about to get cracking, I'll be like, get out.
Exactly. Oh, you giving personal deets? But anyway, all right.
Get out. You gotta tell the dog, because dogs be weird, just be sitting there like.
So let's move to favorite sexual position, Eris and Jasmine. So Jasmine gave her car chronicles. And listen, Jasmine's been crying really since they got back home in town from the honeymoon. Like, she's been emotionally upset, and then she's moved to like physically showing it. But one thing that I felt, because I'm gonna jump around just a little bit with Eris before I forget. During the end of the episode for them, when he said he reached out to her sister. I'm like, you were just talking to her mama last week. What answers did you get from the sister that you didn't necessarily get from the mama? Because if the mama knows that you treat their daughter and her sister like this, what kind of answers did you think you was gonna get different? They want to know why come, right? Or is it just me? What y'all think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but what is the point of him reaching out to seeing how to talk to Jasmine? Talk to Jasmine, right? You're making her feel less than, not necessarily because it's the sexual thing, just because she said she doesn't feel there's a connection, there's no communication. And then she said that off camera, he's sarcastic. I could see that because he has RBF, resting B face, all the time. And he always connected. He does. He's always sitting there like.
He does. He sits there like he's totally disinterested.
Right.
And it's almost like he's reaching. It seems like he's reaching out to her mom and her sister because he wants them to think that he's doing everything he can, and it's not him. It's her. Because now I'm reaching out to y'all trying to get help on her. So that's that narcissistic behavior where you're emitting all of what you're doing on the other person. So now they're seeing, okay, it's not Eris because he tried. It's Jasmine. Right. And it's not. And I don't want that girl to cry. No, she needs to listen to a Mary J. Blige album. Okay. No more tears. Good morning, gorgeous. All of that. You need to listen to all of that. No more drama. All of it. You better get that Young and the Restless ringtone and, broken hearted. Oh, listen.
Right.
And finish off with a Good Morning, Gorgeous.
Okay. Yes. Talk to her.
Seriously. And then follow up with a Lizzo special. All of that. Because it's like, dude, you letting this man break you down mentally. And now she's going to be really jacked up for the next person.
Right. When you thought you were confident enough to come on the show, anyway, she said she's wanted to be a wife. She was prepared herself to be a wife versus someone who is 39 in a 39-year-old body with a 15 adolescent mind who's not ready to do anything, who's dragging you down, it seems like, because he's not ready, right? So now Devontae, as the male of this, what do you think about the comment that Eris is calling her family to say it's not me, it's her? Like, do you agree with that too, as the male, like putting yourself in that situation?
I mean, I feel like, what you calling her family for? You already said you're not attracted to her and all that. What you calling? I'm not calling your sister. You just need to be a man. Bow out. About what you still here for? You're not gonna end up with her. You're not trying to get to know her. You're not hugging her. Like, she felt like she was open, but now she's starting to close because she's like, I ain't about to keep putting myself out there. I ain't one of these other, you know what. So I think, honestly, I just think he's toxic. I think it feel like now it's starting to feel like, is he trying to break her down and then gonna just try to break her all the way down, then be like, oh yeah, I love you. And then so it'll be easier for her because, you know, he's scared for somebody to leave him. So if you break her all the way down, then make her feel like she ain't worth nothing. She'll never leave or something. That's what it's starting to feel like to me, because it just don't make no sense.
Okay. I'm going to get to Kayla, what's your take on that? But before you go, Frappe and T says, get ready for your hot girl summer, Jasmine. I hope she can bounce back.
Yes.
I hope so.
She gonna bounce back hard.
She better adjust that crown.
I just feel like Tamika said, he's definitely a narc. And the other part of it is, I think he's looking for that as an excuse to say, see, it didn't work. I was doing everything that I had to do. I was asking her questions. She wouldn't respond back. But I feel bad. I feel bad for her because she does have a deficit in that she doesn't speak up. And she swipes things under the rug. So, I mean, if nothing else that she'll gain from being part of this, she probably didn't realize that it was such an issue with her. And so she can, because you can't go into any marriage and sweep things under the rug, because your marriage ain't going to last no time. So this will give her an opportunity to see where she needs to work on herself and build herself up, because she's the one that's a beauty pageant or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, she's just trying to be, all surface and beautiful and everything, but that's sweeping stuff under the rug. And if she wants to build herself up in real life, she's going to run into people like him.
Right.
And
all the time.
She needs to, get herself together and get to know herself and understand why she does that. And because, she's still young enough to fix that part of it. But Eris needs somebody to knock him upside his head and be like, what you ain't going to do is try to play me on national TV. Because that's what really she should have said to him in front of the cameras. You're not going to play me in front of the cameers.
Right, talking about Pastor Cal told me to clap when you come down there. That's the only reason I clap. Why would you say that?
That's the point right there. That's the point. Like, what if you say little stuff like that from the very beginning? That we just learned that last night. Why are you reaching out to her family? Now, one thing that Eris said to Dr. Pia is something like, what if she tells you, what I write down here, about opening up and, she's not going to do this or do that. And he's like, oh yeah, I would like that. So Eris likes to argue, it seems like. Eris likes to have confrontation and then turn around and have heated, crazy, wild makeup sex. That's No, Eris, whatever he learned in therapy, now he definitely needs a sex therapist too, because that is not working for him in the long run. So
he needs to get his money back.
That's not healthy.
It's not healthy. So he wants her to scream, cry, break stuff, and be like, yeah, that's what I like. Okay, even if it's what you like, that's not healthy. So he has more issues than what he's saying that he has, and to be with anybody. So remember how we used to say, like, oh, if he was matched with maybe Kirsten. No. With his comment yesterday about, oh, Pastor Cal said I should clap. You know what I'm saying? And I also too know that think about to the reception when they first met, right? And they were eating dinner. And she talked about all the dogs. Think about that scene, and the look on his face was like, oh, like you got the many dogs, like where are they living at? From there, I was like, ooh, that looked like a
he was checked out from there. From that comment.
From there, mainly just from that comment. And just the fact that we know now she's not the body type that he was looking for, or just in general. So he wasn't open then. He was already shut down, closed the door, like, oh man, like it seemed like 12 weeks or 8 weeks, excuse me. We got to do this for 8 weeks. So he was out, in my opinion. But
I don't believe he's a ladies' man. Hey, I honestly don't believe that. I believe he's one of these delusional people out here that he's never satisfied. He think he's supposed to have a Meg Thee Stallion, so he gonna tear everybody down because that's his standard.
Because he doesn't have any what do you call it? He doesn't have any substance.
Right.
Yeah. I think he went to therapy, like, you know how people go to therapy and then after therapy, like a couple sessions. They ain't go for months and weeks and years. They go for like 2-3 sessions. And they just think, oh, I'm fixed because I know the problem.
Right.
I'm ready for marriage. That's what I feel like happened, because why is you here? I think Married at First Sight failed Jasmine, because y'all know what she been through or whatever before. And then y'all gonna match her with somebody who ain't never been in love. Somebody who ain't never been in love don't need to be getting married on no TV show for the first time.
No.
Now, if this was dating at first sight, cool.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Especially at 39.
Boyfriend.
At 39. Exactly.
Right. Or what was that one show they had, Unmatchable?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely unmatchable. But he wouldn't even cut it. They couldn't find him a date on there.
They only had 3 episodes of that, so that was a bust too. But do we even know when Eris went to counseling? Maybe he went to counseling like in his teenage years, early 20s. You know, maybe who's to say he's gone recently? Because we don't know.
He 10 years ago.
Right. So
that counselor failed him.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
He's got a big toe in and the rest out the door.
He don't even have a big toe in.
A toenail.
No, he got the scrapes after they do your pedicure. He got those scrapes off the bottom of your foot. That's what he got.
Oh my goodness!
But I was glad that she did speak up to say he just asked me all those questions just to get through it, so he could say I did try. I was glad that she vocalized that because up until that time she didn't say anything, and I'm thinking to myself, girl, defend yourself.
Yeah,
just defend yourself. And I just feel like she doesn't. It's like she's allowing him to make her look crazy. Defend yourself on camera. Stop it.
Yeah.
He a gaslighter. Like, he make you want to snap. Like, really, you be like, people like, oh, I like for a woman to tell me when I'm wrong. Like, what?
Right.
What type craziness? That's a turn on?
Exactly. If we can remember back to that one episode, it was a couple episodes ago when they was talking about when they was walking in the park. And she on in that orange dress. She looks so nice, and he was just like, okay, how he left. And then she had her arm dragged up in his, and he just had his down. He wasn't even like, didn't even hold her or anything. And I'm just like, okay, Jasmine, you don't see this?
The month anniversaries.
Yes. I'm like, you just not seeing this, that he's just not even like, why?
I think he's just very detached. You know, those type of people that are so detached. And the only thing that he can relate to is the act of sex. That's why he's never been in love before. That's why I think he's like emotionally detached. He doesn't, and he even said it. He really doesn't make himself emotionally available.
Yeah.
And those experts should have picked up on it.
Yeah, they should have. They should have.
And he's probably not even good in bed.
Yeah. Because he's talking too much.
I must say, if you're talking too much, that's normally the case from experience. But moving on. Brenda says he wants a woman like his cousin Felina. Is that her name? Felina? Okay, I guess so.
Yeah, the kissing cousin.
Oh, okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's move to Nicole and Chris.
Oh, Lord.
Devontae, would you like to begin?
I'm tired. This girl is insane. I told you she was crazy. The girl cried every episode. You having an epiphany about yourself every episode. I am damaged. I am effed up. Be like, you let somebody burn.
Don't say that.
Right. I'm like, Dr. Pia, shut up. Girl,
don't
let
you
somebody
ever talk about yourself like that.
I'm like, I'm sorry. That I'd have been like, let somebody burn her with a cigarette to prove her love.
Hold on, Devontae. Hold on. Larisha says they are Vinny and Snooki of the season from New Jersey Shore.
Oh, they do. You right. He like a taller Vinny. Oh.
But you're right though. Every time, like Nicole has always, in my opinion, been an oversharer. I get the communication person because I'm a talker. I communicate, but that's what I do for work, and that's what I do just in general. But there is such a thing as oversharing, and oversharing. She's not necessarily sharing anything, in my opinion, that's necessarily positive. Right. That's the issue. She's sharing her trauma, and it's okay to talk about your trauma, right? So he knows, but he's just now really meeting you, and that's low key turning Chris off. Like, had I known her about 3 months ago, this wouldn't have worked out. You know, who wants to be bothered with this? And then just for Nicole just to be like, wow, the more I'm talking about this, the more I'm learning something really is wrong with me.
Right. Didn't she say she went to therapy?
She also said she went to therapy. I'm like,
she went to Eris therapist.
I'm like,
2 for 1.
I'm like, you did not, ma'am, you did not finish. You need to go back. I don't know what happened.
Every week is a therapy session for Nicole. Every week. And you know what? Again, it's good that she's learning that has issues. But can we hear something else? Can we hear something
positive?
Right, positive. Like, girl, what do you do for work? Like, what do you do outside of here? You know what I'm saying? What do you like to eat, girl? Tell us something.
Right. She don't love herself. She don't love herself.
Right.
So I don't know if I could be with somebody who don't love herself. I feel like she's one of them people that'd be more in love with you. Like, she'll take care of you and neglect herself on some weird stuff.
Well, she's doing that. Look,
she's doing that now.
Yeah, she's doing that now.
The dog situation. I don't know how we're going to fix it, but we're going to fix it. I don't have all the answers now, but we're going to get through this.
Okay.
Dad, can you keep my dog? Negative. Because I can't keep my dog because he got to keep his 2 dogs. She a people pleaser.
Negative. Yeah, but like, y'all should have compromised. He should have took the dog he was crying about. He should have just picked Coda or rotate him every week or something. He didn't. He let you just give up. You just gave your dog up. You don't know him like that. I would have gave up my dog that easy.
Right.
But Dr. Pierre pressured her to talk about her knowing that she's a people pleaser, that she's willing to do for someone else. So I thought that was a good thing, but I don't think you can like change that in half an episode where you see Dr. Pia, you know. Chris, go ahead and do the look, Devontae. He always looks down like the little or like Eeyore the donkey. The Eeyore, he got the Eeyore.
Sad.
Chris, I mean, I think he's trying to help her, push her along. But I think as time goes on, I think Chris is going to get tired of that.
Yeah.
I really do. I think so. What do you think?
He's getting tired of it now.
He's tired of it.
Because, I mean, nobody, it makes you feel very uncomfortable. Remember in that movie, Why Did I Get Married, when Jill Scott was dogging herself all the time when she met the sheriff? Yeah. And he said, why do you talk about yourself like that? She said, oh, I try to beat him to the punch. He said, it's not very becoming and it makes me uncomfortable. And she doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I mean,
and Dr. she was weird.
Yeah.
Doing the sex thing.
What about it?
Like she was just like she was negative. Everything. Oh no! Oh, this lose.
Oh right, when they
that's
opened the
a
box.
rash waiting to happen.
Yes. Well, she didn't say it was a rash.
We trying to get turned on, and you talking about rashes and like.
Did she say rash? Did I miss that?
She said that's a rash waiting to happen.
Yes, she did.
Oh, I missed that when I was writing notes. But you're right. She was negative when she opened the box. I was like, I did write down like she was talking herself out of the box. The box I'm like, how are you talking yourself out the box? If I was Chris, I'm like, Nicole, do you want to try new things or not? I mean, we already got the bidet. He's already getting his butt washed every time because that was on her. Can we do lotions? She's like, can we do the candle? Oh, we might get burned first. I'm like, girl, come on.
She likes
ain't nothing wrong with a little hot wax.
She's like somebody grandmom. You know how the grandmom always talk about stuff that nobody else talks about, poop and bidets and everything. She was like, wash your tushy, wash your tushy. And I think to myself, how old are you? Why are you talking like somebody's grandmother?
Wait a minute, let me stop. I'm a grandmother. I don't talk like that.
No.
Watch your
okay, I'm talking about all grandmothers.
Right. But she just, I don't know, she just drags. It's not like she's got like a black cloud around her that she's dragging all the time. Not to compare the two, but if y'all watch, I know you don't, Devontae, but if you watch the 90 Day Fiance, Tamika knows what I'm talking about, like Nicole, she's like a Nicole, there's always something wrong. There's always something negative with these two people. So if anyone in the chat knows what I'm talking about, it's like it's always something and they're hard to watch because it's like, okay, what are we going to hear now? You know, it's giving me anxiety to watch. You know, so.
She's like Debbie Downer. Remember Debbie Downer off of Saturday Night Live when everybody's talking all positive and you got Debbie Downer that says something negative and everybody looking at her like, what? Yes, that's her.
Right, that part. Yes, Sharon, exactly. I see you. All right, so let's go ahead and move to Shaquille and Kirsten. So before Dr. Pia visits, that video call, that was a sad video call, wasn't it? What is that video call?
He's looking like, I'm over you. You wasted my time. Because I got another, I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to you.
You're like, yeah. I don't know when I'm going to set that alarm. I don't know what time I'm going to get up.
It's just her voice. I'll be cracking up. I'll be cracking up at her voice. I just can't wait to see you because I'll see you when you get by. I was kissing you goodbye.
You know he want to say, what you calling me back for? But he was on camera. You know he want to be like, I cannot believe this.
He was looking at her
you
like,
want.
what is wrong with you?
You didn't give me some kisses. I was blowing you a kiss.
You know, that just goes to show that she's reaching. You can tell she's reaching. Yes, I know that they consummated their marriage. I personally think that they tested the waters. But
a long time ago.
I don't think I'm not feeling it. I'm not. I think she's naggy, and I think she's needy, and I think that Shaquila's now noticing how much nagging and needy she is, and at the same time, it's like, I want to do for me, but when it comes to you, maybe. But when I get on camera, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, baby, do you want me there? I can come anytime. Shaq busted around, was like, we could go a whole day without even talking. I'm like, girl, what is all this for? What's this for? If you go the whole day without talking.
Yeah, and she feels entitled. And it's always about her dad and her dad this and her dad that. And it's like, dude, just like the grandmas that say tushies back in the day, you know, the dads now or the men now are not like the men from the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Right. It changes every cycle. It changes, you know,
yes.
things to come out and things like that.
And furthermore, she ain't met him. He ain't met him.
Exactly. So when they got to talking with Dr. Pia, what do you think about that 5 minutes of silence?
That was so wrong. That was so wrong on so many
I was over here like,
oh my gosh. He looked at her and I was like, why is she pausing that long? Mm-hmm. And she calling his manhood into existence. That is not cool.
Not good.
That's not cool.
I could have went to the bathroom and came back.
I mean, why? Because he likes flowers? Why? Because he likes flowers? Because he likes his place to look a certain way? Because he talks to flowers?
Yeah. I'll have to pull you back out, Devontae, as the man of the group. Okay. Listen, I know you married with Miss Lovely Catrice, but if you put yourself in that predicament, let's say that was you and Catrice, someone asked y'all, well, Miss Catrice, do you think Devontae's manly? And she gave the 5 minute, how would that sit with you?
Oh, we won't be no 5 minutes for me. I'll be like, I'm a man. I don't know what she talking about. I'll tell you. Like, I don't know what she talking about. Her definition of what masculine was stupid. I want somebody to.
She said her dad is tough. He's a provider. He's a business owner. So because she hasn't seen Shaq in that type of environment yet, she couldn't say if he was, you know, really man enough for her just based off of her dad.
But that made no sense.
But remember when
absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Remember when her tire was flat? Did she call her daddy or did she call her husband?
Okay.
Look at my husband back here changing my tire. I'm tired of you, Devontae. You got me talking like that girl. Sick of you. My husband back here changing my tire, you know. But he was masculine and manly for that because you didn't call your daddy. You called your husband.
And you keep on big up in your daddy. Where your daddy at? Your daddy didn't come to the wedding. Your daddy ain't called. Ain't been on the show. Where your daddy at? He's so mad.
When you go see your daddy?
Your daddy so mad. I don't care if my daughter did something crazy like that.
Right.
I'm gonna be there because that's my daughter. Your daddy ain't even see if this man was crazy.
Right. She also went on to say that she doesn't feel like he's tough enough. And Shaq was saying, so what, I gotta, you know, someone don't give you the right food. Pretty much I gotta like be like beep, 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 beep. Like every little situation, I gotta prove myself to you. Is that showing you I'm tough? And she's like, no, you don't. Yes, it is. Because why else would you say it? You know what I'm saying? She didn't give a description as to why she didn't feel he was tough. But Shaq is right, though. It could be like anything. If I don't, you know, if you feel like I'm not defending your honor, then it's a problem for you. And Shaq is tired of that. And Kirsten, I mean, she's really shown her behind. I mean, she has already, but in this episode, she really showed her behind. Or is it just
that might be her toxic trait, though? Like, you know, it's some people that their relationship could be real great, but they would literally be like, we don't argue enough. Like, why we don't argue and stuff. Like, she one of them people. She one of them people. It don't make no sense. She won't.
But your comment right there is like an heiress. He wants to argue a lot too. You know what I'm saying? He don't. When he gets to arguing, then maybe he'll get turned on. That's what he was trying to say.
I really do. But now that y'all saying that, her and Eris might work because she got the booty that Eris wants. She is the figure that Eris wants, and he's the thug that she wants because
exactly
she wants that. I mean, I feel that Shaq is treating her the way a woman should be treated, but that's not what she wants. She wants a thug.
Or used to.
Yeah.
And then it was funny when the producer was like, "Are you happy?" He was like, "Yeah, that's a stretch."
Right. I was like, it's about time he's speaking up because
I was glad because
happy. Are you happy recording this?
But he was using the wrong words. If you said you ain't happy, you talking about I'm not happy. I'm what, overjoyed? Like, wait a minute.
I'm grateful.
Well, grateful is a part of happiness.
Yeah, it's still the word you choose to use. Yeah. But what do we think about their exercise when she was blindfolded? So see, she clearly likes to be blindfolded. That's her thing. That's her turn on. That's definitely
she wants to be dominated.
She likes, she wants to be dominated. Because when he does that kind of thing, it's a turn on. But when he's asking her opinion, and I just feel that she doesn't like that, like he's comfortable in his skin as a man. He is very comfortable in his skin. But she doesn't like that part of it. She only likes the, when he's like, yeah, you listen to me, I'm in control. Yeah. She likes that part. But that's not all of him. That's just a small portion of it. That's not him as a whole.
Maybe she feels like that's manly.
It could be because maybe her father was abusive. Well, did she say, why did her father is a preacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, be a PK.
Yeah. And I forget what she said. They were arguing. I forget why she said her parents split up, but they split up when she was younger. So
she was 8.
Yeah. So it could be, she saw some things. Her father was, sometimes when you grow up in a household that's not really right or can be abusive, you get a warped sense of what manhood, a girl can get a warped sense of what manhood is.
Yeah, that's true too.
I feel like all the couples failed with the box. I don't know what Shaq and them did the best, but they ain't do the job right. Like I feel like Shaq gotta learn how to close the deal. Like it don't be smooth with it when it's coming to like closing. Like she want like the little, like y'all said, she like being like blindfolded and stuff. But then he don't be like make it sexy. Like he just be like, I'm in control. You needed to walk up behind her, tell her like, come up behind the wrap. You should have tightened that rope.
Oh, so you want him to put in more effort
Yeah, that's what she gonna be all over him right there. All you had her tied up. Put it in her ear.
But I think he doesn't
Who's the boss?
I think he doesn't go further because he's trying to respect her on camera.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
She a PK. She trying to get disrespected, Shaq. She trying to get disrespected.
We already know about how them PKs are.
Right. She
and if you a PK,
all her life.
You a freak.
Disrespectful, man. You want to get it? She need to be disrespected. She don't mind getting disrespected in that manner.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, this is time to shine. He be missing the mark. Like he did a good job with the strawberries, but he was terrible with the paint. I said you ain't gonna paint the booty, the thigh, like the inner thigh. You ain't gonna get like what you come on, body paint.
He's supposed to throw that leg up on his shoulder. And
yeah, he ain't go down to like the neck. I'm like, man, this is PG. This PG-13 paint. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah. I know some PKs, and I'm like, don't you know your daddy a pastor? There's no judgment here.
And I didn't figure out what that was until I like dated a PK. And she was just like, I'm not. She's like, I'm a PK. And I was like, what? I don't understand. She's like, a pastor kid. And I was like, okay. And she's like, you don't know the reputation of that? I was like, oh, they got a wild rep. I said, oh, I never knew because I never like
put two and two together.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Well, he shut her down after the activity because, you know, she's trying to go in for a kiss. And he was like, nah, not right now.
I was like, yeah. I was happy. I was like, yeah. Because I didn't like the way that she questioned his manhood like that. I really have a problem with women that do that to men for no reason. He didn't give her reason for her to do that. And she's looking at him like, well. And I was like, how dare you do that?
Right, because, and like if he would have said you wasn't a woman, you would have been, what?
Yes.
All over the, been all
she would have had a fit.
Like, what do you mean? But I just feel like, yeah, she was disrespectful with that. Like, even if you didn't feel like he was manly, that's your husband. I'm not going to tear my wife down in front of nobody.
Right. Sharon says, didn't her ex-boyfriend have a baby on her, or was that Jasmine? That was Kirsten.
Yes.
Really?
That was Kirsten.
Wow.
Before she came on the show. Her boyfriend of like 4 years or something. That was part of her package that we learned about Kirsten in the very beginning. And then Dolores says the PKs are out there. Yes, they are. And it goes both ways with men and ladies.
The higher the heels, the wilder they are.
So,
I love y'all PKs out there in the chat. Hey,
girl, hey. So then towards the end of the episode, so the guys met with the guys and the ladies met with the ladies. Did we get anything from that with the guys? I mean, Clint's still saying the same things he's saying. Chris is still saying Eris, and the only person really was Shaquille. He mentioned just a little bit with that. What is he saying? He says he gives his relationship a 7 out of 8 and they're doing good, but he needs more support. I'm surprised he rated it that high.
I would have thought it's 6.
Like, and what planet you on rating it that high? Because we're not seeing that.
Right. What would y'all
because that.
Go ahead.
I was listening to you. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what would we give it now by watching the episode before he said that?
Probably a 5. You question my manhood. That already took it down.
Yeah.
That took
5.
it down because I feel like they had a 5, like 50. It's all right. They just all right. That's as far as they not great, but they not bad. But they. Right.
Yeah, you're right. That's awfully high for questioning your manhood and all the different stuff. Clint says,
should have checked her right after that. I would have been like, let me tell you something. You ain't about to keep coming for my manhood. For somebody that wants somebody to buy a house. You want me to buy a house. You talking about your daddy bought your mom house. Yeah, that little 2-bedroom that 17 people was living in.
Right.
Back in the 80s.
Right. Clint says he's a sexual kind of guy. He's trying to keep an open mind. Okay, Clint. Eris says Eris says he feels that Dr. Pia knew that they weren't having sex and didn't talk about it, and it was trying to get them to do other avenues. So that was his way of saying that they didn't really do nothing and didn't have nothing in common. So you know,
I think Clint should have said something to Gina too, because that was a dig. Gina that was a dig when she told me he don't have no swag, and she said, first of all, we gotta get you a swag haircut. And she was like, is that a dig? What? From when you said about what you said about me? And I thought to myself, here she goes, bringing it up again.
Right.
So
and
she's constantly digging at him, and she could dish it out, but she can't take it.
Can't take it.
And what does that haircut, him needing the haircut, have to do with your feelings being hurt on the honeymoon? That's not even in the same world.
Because she probably want him to have like a haircut, like maybe have a little hair. You know how the white guys look. She don't want that flowing stuff where he doing all that. She don't want
he
that.
Constantly doing this.
Yeah, she probably want him something with the cut on the side.
Remember how his head looked when at the after party, and it looked like he had a haircut. in the after party.
Okay. Do you think she did it? You think she gave him the haircut and was it free?
Well, she probably
that's the only thing he's gonna get for free.
Right. Right.
He gonna buy a dog from Jasmine once he done. Watch. Cause don't she sell them Hanks?
Yep. She sells them Hanks. That's what you call Devontae. All right. So when the ladies were talking, well, first they were learning how to make drinks. Why is Gina like the jack of all trades? Every time they do something, like, oh yeah, I used to, girl.
She was a bartender.
So, but she said with the place that has like pretty much red cups. I'm like, those are house parties. Ain't no bartender.
Right. Yeah. She said she was a bartender before she became a hairdresser.
Right. She was
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a bartender too, because I'm about to pour it. Never mind.
Right.
So she worked.
Got me a whole bottle right next to me.
She worked at a honky tonk. That's what she worked at, a honky tonk. That's what they call them down there.
Oh, okay. She said house party. That's where she worked at.
Right.
But then we get Nicole, the new pseudo expert for the show, excuse me,
Oh my God.
talking about ladies, and I'm like, Nicole, you can't, yes, your relationship is better than the rest of them, but you can't lead no conversation based off of the inner work you need to do. Or is it just me? You know what I'm saying? It's
no, she thinks she about to be an expert on next season.
She thinks that's because she has sex. She the only one that has sex, that their relationship is wonderful. Oh, so do you feel she is driving me crazy with asking them these questions? And I'm like, you ain't nobody expert.
Right. It's a safe place for you. Let it out. It's okay.
Right. Was she talking to herself for
no judgment? This
was
is
she projecting?
Judge-free zone.
Nicole was projecting for real.
Doing well. She about to go back home and cry her dang on self.
Okay.
Right.
And write notes and put it under the door. Talk about, we had a good time and tell whoever what they need to do. Come on. I'm like,
vibe. She cries after sex. Like, he just done. They rolled over. He trying to talk and she. What's happening? He like, wait, whoa, did I do something? It's not you. It's not you. When you were just on top of me, I just seen the burned arms and it brought everything back.
Let me join in.
I saw the clouds up over the moon.
Right, and then you're supposed to be the expert, but you talking about, y'all already talking about.
Wait, here go Chris.
Every time. How y'all foreplay messed up? Y'all just got together. Ain't no
they
foreplay.
Just get right into it.
I'm like, she must be having some lube then.
She gonna get a rash. You know what's gonna give her a rash? Listen, Nicole.
Wait a minute. What was that one season when what was that girl with the red hair and she was like, this was a couple seasons ago. She's like, they having white people sex.
Basic Caucasian sex.
Caucasian sex.
Beth, they on the
Beth, yes, because it ain't lasting.
They on the couple's couch. I'm surprised they still together. Because Beth was trying to get down.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, they having straight up Caucasian sex. That's why she crying.
All right, talking about if we have this kind of sex for the rest of our marriage, I'd be okay with that. Like, Nicole, are you okay with it? Are you really okay? Like, you gotta ask her 6 different ways. Like, are you okay? I mean, I'm fine. Are you really okay? I mean, Nicole, are you okay? Your sex is terrible. I'm so sorry. But like, you just gotta keep asking her so she can tell the truth.
Right. She secretly want him to talk to Eris and like, how do you blow somebody back out? Because she wants her.
Wait. Where's my pen? Hold on. I got you. Hold on. Dear Eris. Can you please
explain? Step by step.
1, how to blow my back out.
What is involved with that?
I went down. She looked like she would do something like that since you write notes for real. But it's just like, she's not the one to lead the group. You know what would have been nice? If Dr. Pia had the group together to go around as couples. Like, who did that? Like Pastor Cal or Dr. Pepper? One of them did it once before, to go around the group so they can say whatever it is they had to say, you know, or how did activities work out for everybody, or just to break the ice and not like Nicole every week. Because like I said, she's not the right one to ask, you know, how are things going? Because, you know,
yeah,
with the raccoon eyes every week.
Listen, she Dr. Nicole, just like Dr. Dre, you know, Dr. Ed Lover, all of that. She Dr. Nicole.
Frappes and Tea says they need to get advice from Clint. Who? Chris? Well, maybe
Yeah.
because Chris is out there.
Yeah, Clint said he had slept with somebody 2 weeks before he got married. So I know Clint, like, where's she at?
Because Eris may get you somewhere where you're gonna be in trouble. You may not be able to come back from, because Eris seemed like he wild. That's all I gotta say. He seemed like he wild. No, I haven't watched the UK version. They just have, actually, I watched it when it first came out to America. They have, for my taste, way too much drama on UK. Like I said, for me, they give me swinger vibes.
Yeah.
Authentic as a
That's what they do.
So, you know, but I used to. I haven't watched it since the first season. So anyway, do any of you all watch the UK, Meredith Rice UK or Australia?
I've watched Australia, but I watched UK. I like UK a little better because I can understand it a little better.
Okay.
But the gay goddess this season on UK, he cracks me.
He's hilarious.
You can't get no ghetto than that. Like he cracks me up.
Okay.
But some of them, the only thing I like with the UK, in all honesty, I like their experts. I know that
they're always there.
Are always there, and they on point all the time, and they call them out on their stuff. Okay. I feel that America, these Pastor Cal and all them, first of all, they slow showing up. By the time they show up, it's too late. It's too late.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody has already determined, look, I'm just in it for the whatever. You know, and I just feel that they're not really helping the show. Either bring them on every week, every other week. They just need to bring them in more often, the way they used to in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. Dr. Pia should have been there like week 3 after, you know, once they got back from their honeymoon.
Yeah.
He should have been there.
Yeah. Pastor Cal should have came back on week 2 because he could have squashed all that stuff with Gina and Clint, Shaq and Eris, all that. He could have squashed it all and got and dug in their behinds.
But why ain't the black people? They made me mad once the thicker comment. I'm like, why y'all ain't tell her thick in 2023 is good?
I don't know.
I'll be like, Gina, he ain't calling you fat. He called you thick. Now, if he'd have said, I don't usually date fluffy girls, then you would have had a problem. He said you was thick.
Oh, my goodness.
Gina, you kind of thick.
Gina still would have been passed out. We wouldn't heard from Gina since. We wouldn't heard from her since it's fluffy. She KO. Anyway, so next week's episode, I'm talking about next week's episode, and I have a question for everybody in the panel on the chat. So next week's episode, they said it's 2 weeks left, but this was supposed to be 2 weeks, so maybe they're going to drag it out an extra week for some reason. Now we get to see Devon Franklin. And I'm like, now what is it that he can bring? If Dr. Pia didn't bring the noise, guess what? Neither can you. But that's just my opinion.
I like Devon Franklin.
Yeah, but we
never.
But in the 9th hour, though, the midnight hour, I mean,
it's how you're still healing from a divorce.
Or going through the divorce while this was taped.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
we'll see.
I mean, you can still give someone advice just because you're going through something.
He's just collecting a check. It's too late for him.
Right, but at the midnight hour to like bring in Dr. Pia and then Devin or Devon, you might as well bring in me.
Because he's a pastor as well.
Is he still pastoring or is he?
Or he's a minister. I don't know if he's still pastoring. He is a minister.
Okay.
We're going to have to look that up. I'll let you know next week. I'll do my homework.
All right. Devon,
hold on, let me write this down.
Dear.
Hold on.
Right. But Pastor Kyle said in the blurb, he said that Devon Franklin is there to confront the truth with the couples.
Okay. So he's going to do his job.
Yeah, you got to earn that money.
So he's
gonna be the one to ask Clinton Jenner, why are y'all still here?
He might. He need to.
Y'all doing this for Hank? What is going on? He can watch the dog. Y'all live in the same building.
Right. Shaq says he doesn't feel supported. Nicole is saying to Chris, now we don't know the context of what happened, but she said, if you don't like it, there's the door. And when she said that, I'm thinking that's not something you want to say to Chris, because I think Chris would actually get up and go. Because Chris gives me that. Chris seems like he don't want no drama. And you took me out, I'm gone. That's Chris to me.
Yeah.
And then,
he'll be like, thank you. Thank you. So
I got an excuse to leave because she seemed like that chick that be like, please don't leave me. Everybody I'm with leaves me. Please don't leave me. She just seemed like that.
With the tissue. Right.
That stalkish type. They'd be like, everyone leaves me, and it's just always my fault. He probably like, no, you told me to leave, so I was out.
She gonna be like, she give me them crazy vibes, like that one girl who like she crazy, then you try to leave, and she be like, I'm gonna end this right now. Like, oh no, she talk about ending her life. Lord.
Oh, you mean like a snapped kind of situation?
Nicole is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't gotta convince me. You don't gotta convince me. I'm there with you.
Woman, that woman is.
Wait a minute. Y'all remember that first episode of Martin? I watched way too much TV. When he was like, it was the very first episode of Martin, and he told Gina, he's like, I don't care, step. And then she turned and walked. No, baby, no.
That's Nicole. That's Nicole. Well, we gonna see. And then Jasmine getting overly upset, emotional because Eris is like, hey, with the dance instructor.
Oh, because he was being disrespectful. She said,
yeah, you just don't do that.
You said you didn't want to dance, and then she was like, hey, come on. Then he, all right. No, wait a minute. You don't want to dance with me? First of all, instructor ain't look nothing like Jasmine. So don't tell me you're gonna dance the instructor over Jasmine. If you think that instructor look better than Jasmine, this man got glaucoma.
We got to see what the bottom look like, because maybe she got a big butt. Not that I'm looking, but I'm just saying.
It wasn't no bottom on that. I
know you was looking. We got that clarified that last week.
Thank you. Thank you for looking.
Last week wasn't my fault. They put it in my face.
Right. If you say so. So that was in the episode. Now I have a little announcement to make. So y'all, everyone in the chat and those on the replay and everyone on the panel get to decide. All right. So next week, because I was honored with my volunteer work with my foundation.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm actually going to thank you. I have been invited to a conference, which is all next week. Be gone a whole week, but I can do a live Thursday evening from the hotel, or we could hold the live for Saturday. Y'all could pick the time. Let me know what you want. I can't guarantee the Wi-Fi in the hotel now. I can't guarantee it if it's working, but I still want to talk about the episode because it's Devon. I don't want to miss any episode because that's important. So do we want to hold off until the Saturday, Sunday, You tell me, because I won't be back till Friday late on the East Coast. Late for the East Coast.
We can do a Saturday so you can enjoy your week.
Yeah, because I don't watch it the day after because I'll be trying to go. I want to fast forward through the commercials.
Oh, I thought I was the only one that did that.
Nope.
You can do that when you don't have to review and write notes for the show. You can fast forward. I can't fast forward.
I'm just.
Oh, I record mine too.
I'm just fast forward through the commercial, not the show.
Yeah.
I watch the show, but I don't want to be on the edge of my seat. But like, what she just say? Come buy a Toyota. Like, oh my God.
Okay, Saturday or Sunday. Thank you, Saturday. Okay,
Saturday.
So if it's Saturday, because most of my audience is on the East Coast, not the West Coast. What is a good time? Because I'm free anytime Saturday. So you let me know. After what time? What's the best time? East Coast version.
Saturday is that's the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday is
Saturday's the 8th. Wait, is it the 8th? No,
no.
What's
I don't
that?
know. Saturday's the 15th. Saturday's the 15th.
The 15th, okay.
So I could do 3 Eastern and up. That's for you guys, because for me it'd be like noon. So 3 Eastern, 4 or 5. Tell me when y'all are free. Running errands.
7. I could do 7.
7 in the evening Eastern.
Yeah.
I'm about to say your normal time. Ain't nobody. It's the weekend.
Well, I know. Okay, well my normal time's in. All right.
Saturday night, just because you ain't got no plans.
Oh, you right. My bad.
You better say it.
It's the day before Easter.
It is.
No,
Easter
is Sunday.
Next Saturday.
My bad. I'm at the
Next
wrong group. I'm on the wrong week. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I'll do the same time then to let everybody do whatever so we can join and talk about Devon. Because I know that's going to be a mess and I don't want to miss it.
Yes.
So, all right, well, I'll put it out.
MS Express.
Okay, then I'll put it out for next Saturday then so I won't forget. And same thing with 90 Day Fiance, so it won't be a 90 Day Fiance either. So I might just make a video of that and put it out and then live next Saturday. So I'll let y'all know. It'll be 7:00 Eastern time next Saturday. I'll put out the email. So I just want to let you guys know, just in case you're like, oh, where's mom? So like that.
Right.
Well, congratulations again.
Yes, that's really good.
And there'll be more information after. Not only was I acknowledged, they have me speaking too, like to the conference. So have my speech written and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Ready to go.
Somebody should record it and you should put it on your channel.
Yeah, somebody's going to record it.
Millennial or my daughter's coming too. So Cassandra's coming.
Good.
Record it.
Put it on your channel.
Look, I'm nervous, but I could talk to y'all. But see, I don't know them, but I know y'all. So I'm nervous.
Just picture us.
Now I may start laughing.
Waving red flags, like, and getting your tissue.
Right. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. So I'm going to let y'all go, and I'll put out the information soon so we can talk about Devon and everybody else. So thank you so much.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
See you soon.
Good night.
Take care. Bye-bye.